Hi everyone, it's me, Carrie. So, do you remember how back in August, I made this video talking about Total Fruit Island, which was potentially the second object show to ever exist? It was back in 2010, but since then it's been removed from the internet, so there's very little information or evidence that it even happened in the first place. But in the 5 months since I made that video, a lot of new information about TFI has come out, and I want to share that with you guys. Now, if you're in the hardcore TFI investigative community, you probably already know about all these things, but I'm just trying to share it with the general audience who might not be aware yet. Anyway, the first piece of evidence that I wanted to share is this mini documentary about Total Fruit Island made by Barkii. And the reason why this really blew my mind was because when I made my video in August, the only evidence you viewers had that Total Fruit Island ever happened was just word of mouth and like eyewitness testimony from me just saying that it happened. Or maybe word of mouth from other old school BFDI fans who just happened to be around in the community back then. But you had no concrete evidence and no way of knowing if we were all just making it up in some giant conspiracy or joke or giant hallucination or Mandela effect. You know, you didn't know if we were like a reliable piece of evidence. So that's why it was so shocking to me when I was watching this video from October, and you can see I commented on the video because I was so blown away, that at 4:25 in this documentary, they show this on the screen, and this is the bombshell. It's from this Twitter user, Liam Clark, at Pudster12345, on December 8th, 2010. So that's back when Total Fruit Island was online. And well, you can just read it. It says, I subscribed to Total Fruit Island's channel on YouTube. And there you go. That's like a concrete piece of evidence. And if you go to this URL right now, obviously it doesn't exist anymore, because if it did, the TFI community would have already found it and found all the videos and all the evidence. So duh, it's been removed. But we can go to the Twitter account, twitter.com. I think it was Pudster12345. And the account does indeed exist. I mean, why would a YouTuber fake tweets about something that like they don't need to fake? Like, this is real. Of course it's real. But they haven't tweeted in about 9 years. So, you know, this account is inactive, and I wouldn't be surprised if they moved on to other stages of life or maybe died or something. Okay, they didn't die, but I would not pester Liam for a conversation just because, you know, they probably don't use this account or are even aware. But sure enough, these are tweets from 2012, and if you scroll enough like back in time, you probably will find the tweet. And you can see all these tweets are like, I favorited a video, I liked a video, I favorited a video. I think what happened was back in 2010, 2011, Liam had some plugin and like tied their Twitter account and YouTube account together so that every time they did any action on YouTube, it would automatically tweet to their Twitter account. And what I think is funny is that even though on YouTube everything has been like scoured and burned and you can't find it anymore, because this stuff was posted to a third-party platform, it has survived the test of time. So I guess if you just keep scrolling eventually, oh my god, they did a lot in March of 2011. I favorited a video, Annoying Orange Through Time. I think you can actually find the tweet faster if you just search Total Fruit Island. Click. And there's the tweet. It's legit. I mean, I had no doubt it was legit, but, you know, if you needed evidence, there it is. So now you know that, okay, when I saw this, I was very satisfied and relieved because I knew that I was not hallucinating the whole thing and people, you know, wouldn't think I'm crazy. I was telling the truth. I mean, I had faith that I was, but you never know. Human memory is faulty. And like, I got the name of the show correct, so that's good. Okay, so piece 2 of evidence. Oh, by the way, I also just want to say kudos to Barkii because they 3D animated a lot of this documentary, which is like way more effort than most commentary channels will put into their videos. Like, look at that 3D spin. That's very satisfying. So you viewers should go watch that. Okay, so piece 2 of evidence is this video made by DoggyArts. And I think they made 2 videos about Total Fruit Island. But I also commented on this one because I thought it was quite interesting. So somewhere in DoggyArts' video, they state that Pudster, who is the Twitter user I was mentioning earlier, who had the 2010 tweet, has a radio show now.
Yeah, you still need to finish this with an Asian mustache. Epic.
It's somewhere in the video. Yeah. But yeah, you can watch it if you want. But I think, okay, well, thing one is that I don't know if this is a true fact, because I couldn't find an actual source or like concrete piece of evidence that Pudster has a radio show. But if that's true, that would be mind-blowing, because like a radio show is something kind of outside of the internet. So to have information about the sort of internet mystery that kind of like bleeds out into the real world, that's really cool to think about. And I wonder if there's any way to contact Pudster. But again, I don't think we should pester someone who has clearly not been active for so many years. So that's thing two. Thing three. Okay, so before I get to thing three, I just want to say that like with these sort of internet mystery lost media dives, it really feels like either the thing is gone from the internet forever and you can't find anything, or it eventually all comes out and you can find it. But Total Fruit Island is blowing my mind because like a very small trickle of information keeps coming out. And it makes me feel like the universe is like kind of tantalizing us, like teasing us with little bits of information. So on the Barkii video, I commented, and like there's these comments from just 5 days ago. Do you know anyone that might have known the TFI creator? Or no, I did not know the creator themselves. I might have commented on their videos, but I never like talked to them as a person. And okay, so here's what I mean. So by 3 weeks ago, so December, people had thought that the TFI search was kind of dead, as in, you know, everyone was hitting a dead end. There was nothing new to find. But 5 days ago, so that was like January of 2022, like right now, someone found the description of TFI episode 1. And I just think that's like mind-blowing. You know, 5 months after people have started, okay, maybe like a whole year after people started this search. I don't know when the search actually started. People are still finding new pieces of information. So I guess if we just search Total Fruit Island Wiki, so this is where all the information is posted. Okay, so they know about the tweet because the tweet has been public knowledge for a couple months. But here's the new thing. On January 14th, 2022, a TFI investigator managed to find the description of episode 1. See, that's like a pretty central piece of evidence through an old WordPress website on the Wayback Machine. See, I've already tried to use the Wayback Machine on the original YouTube channel. Didn't show up. Like, nothing showed up. So, like, they had to really use their big brain to think of using the Wayback Machine on a WordPress website. So the description reads, okay, well, let's look at the actual evidence by going to the archive, because, you know, I'm always someone who wants to see the primary source. So March 24th, 2011, and it looks like this is a WordPress site with no CSS. It's just raw text. It's like very, very minimal formatting. I don't know what I'm even looking at. Tag. Okay, so we have like crotch. I don't know if that's good to talk about. Like, I don't know if that's safe. But anyway, this other one says episode 1, Race Up Death Mountain. And I know that that is the name of episode 1 of Total Fruit Island because in the tweet that Barkii showed, it has the titles of it has the titles of the first 2 episodes in the 2010 tweets that are legit because they're on this Twitter account. Anyway, okay, so this WordPress thing somehow posted all the metadata of these 2010 videos, and the description says, "Meet the fruits and the host. The teams are formed and an elimination already!" Exclamation point. So they were an object show that had an elimination in episode 1. So I think back then there wasn't sort of a common practice when it came to how to do your first elimination in an object show, because, you know, Battle for Dream Island did it on episode 2 because voting had to happen on episode 1 before someone could get eliminated. But I guess someone got eliminated from Total Fruit Island without any viewers voting because it happened in the first episode. Then this says comment on this video to vote in all caps. And the video, I noticed this, it was rated 0 out of 5. That's a pretty low rating. It doesn't get much lower than that. Okay, it's probably given that low of a rating because like 0 people rated it, so that's just sort of the default score. But yeah, I don't know how the person found this and like how you would use this information to find other leads, because like, what is this? Bethubm.iluisa.com. I don't like, that just seems such a random URL. But I'm not gonna dive further just in case. Okay, I'll click on this link. Where does this take us? I'm guessing it's just a random person's. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't want to click on anything unsafe for a YouTube video. What if I go there now? Okay, if this is bad, I'll just like blur it out. I bet it's not bad. I will not get a virus. Do not go to this URL if it is a virus. Okay, it just, there's nothing there. What if I just go there? Okay, there's just nothing there. So just don't even bother going. You gotta be safe on the internet. Half of all websites give you viruses. I don't know if that's true. I made that up. Yeah, so we have information about the first episode, both its title and its description, and that's kind of fun. And you know, people also posted like characters they remember appearing in the episode. And again, anything that is just testimony, eyewitness testimony, I don't trust as much, even if it's my own testimony, just because human memory is faulty. So the Orange Mandarin character, who I actually don't even know if it was the host, I wouldn't confirm. Like, I do remember it, but you know, maybe I remembered it wrong, and maybe it was a green fruit or a purple fruit. I still think it was orange, but like, yeah, not confirmed. So the only ones I think are absolutely confirmed are the star fruit and the avocado, because Liam Clark, the Twitter account, talks about them, and like, this is a primary source. I guess Liam Clark could also be faking or lying, but why would they do that? I'm trying to look. Okay, see, okay. This tweet mentions that they're voting off Starfruit, and because this happened the same month that the show existed, I feel pretty confident in saying that Starfruit must have been a contestant. And then they also tweeted Avocadp. Wait, okay, let me see if I can play this. Yeah, Avocadp, which is very close to the word avocado. So it's not confirmation that there was wait, let me see if I can search Avocadp. Okay, well, that's not gonna show up. Why did I think that was gonna show up? See, yeah, it's kind of like low resolution. But yeah, you can look at the video yourself if you want evidence. So we know there was a star fruit, and we are pretty sure there was an avocado. Okay, so I told you 3 pieces of evidence. Now you might want a 4th, and I have something that I think is interesting, although I don't know if it counts as Total Fruit Island evidence. So when you hear that the URL was youtube.com/user/TotalFruitIsland because of the tweet, I know I already had this open, but I just want to pull it up again. See, there's the URL. You might be bummed that it doesn't show up, and I was too. And I also, yeah, it doesn't show up on the Wayback Machine. But something I'll try is I'll just search into Social Blade, because sometimes like YouTube accounts will exist and then get deleted from YouTube, but Social Blade will still have that profile in their database. And so years later, even though the Social Blade profile is not updating, you can still see that it existed at some point in the past. So I tried to search Total Fruit Island, and I got this, which is like a very strange YouTube channel. And, you know, normally this wouldn't mean anything to me because it's like a channel with 11 subscribers, and it seems to be re-uploads of Nick Jr. So I shouldn't play too much of this because then copyright claim or something. And this usually wouldn't mean anything because I could totally imagine some botted YouTube account just randomly throwing three English words together, Total Fruit Island, and then like auto uploading TV clips. Like this could be just a random person not affiliated with object shows. But the reason why I think it's interesting is I noticed the third YouTube thumbnail. Okay, first of all, these videos, they're getting either like a couple thousand views or like 100 views. But this third YouTube thumbnail, what's that in the upper left? That's an object show character. And I don't know if that's a coincidence because this was only uploaded a year ago. So this was like 10 years after Total Fruit Island existed. Comments are turned off because it's YouTube Kids. But that's an object show character. And I just find it hard to believe that it's just a coincidence that, a random kids YouTube channel that's, I'm getting all these like CoComelon videos in my recommended because it's like closely tied with that, happens to also have object shows in it, unless there's some other connection somehow. Or maybe the person who took over this YouTube channel took it because the object show Total Fruit Island search had already happened, but this was April of 2020, and I don't know. Man, okay, so now I'm trying to rack my brain over the chronology of things. Was the search for Total Fruit Island started by April 2020? Because that's over a year before I talked about it. So, someone let me know, was anyone even aware of Total Fruit Island in April of 2020? Because if not, then there's something going on here, right? It could be just nothing. Wait, this is Inanimate Insanity. Animation Epic. Do you see that? This is also April 2nd, 2020. Oh, well, I just realized. I think this is a nothing burger. And the reason is because this channel could have been named something entirely different in 2020 and was just a fan of object shows, which is totally likely and cool. I'm trying to do a thumbs up. And then they renamed their channel in 2021 after everyone started searching for Total Fruit Island to this, because their URL is not Total Fruit Island. Like, the URL is just a random string of letters and numbers. And then because the new name was called Total Fruit Island, then Social Blade picked it up. So this actually is a nothing burger, and I don't think there's any leads. Oh well, still just a kind of fun curiosity. See, I'm discovering things as we go as well. Well, that's all the information I've got. I think that should tickle your brain cells, hopefully. Yeah, the tweet is the most... Well, okay, the tweet and the WordPress account, to me, are the most, like, whoa, that's really cool. Most interesting pieces of evidence. And if the radio show is true, let's see if we can, be a guest on the radio show and have an interview with them. I don't know. I gotta watch this video again to see, like, how did people figure that out? Okay. Oh, there's a fifth piece of evidence. I forgot. I almost ended the video. So, someone DM'd me on Twitter. I don't want to, leak who it was because of privacy reasons, but it was a former Twower, and they texted me this URL, this video. This is a video from November 2008, so that's like over a year before BFDI started. But it was the same year that Total Drama premiered in the United States, and I think 1 year after it premiered in Canada. But it is a, MS Paint kind of fan-made Total Drama spin-off. And, it's like one of the oldest, like, I don't know what you call it, oldest pieces of evidence that there was a fandom around Total Drama making spin-offs that we can find on YouTube, because like it's really hard to search for things this old, and it's not very well known. It's only got 7,000 views, but we can watch it. I won't watch too much.
Welcome to Total Drama.
That's Chris McLean.
My name is Chris McLean.
Oh, I guessed it. I predict I'm so smart. Okay, well, I don't want to play too much of it because of, copyright reasons, but you could hear this text-to-speech. We've got Gwen, I think, and there's Owen somewhere. These like very well-drawn replicas of the characters. There's Harold. CIT, is that Courtney? I think that's Lashana, and that must be Jeff. Now you might be asking, how is this related to Total Fruit Island? It's not really related, but the reason why it's interesting is because in my video where I talk about Total Fruit Island, I also talk about this YouTube series I remember from around the same time period as this called the Children of Camp Wawanakwa. And I had stated that I remember it being drawn in MS Paint, like a slideshow, and people would comment who they wanted eliminated in each episode, and then the person who got the most votes in the next episode would be eliminated. And this just seems very similar. What is going on there? I don't think it's the same show that I watched, just because the show that I did watch, like, did have voting, I believe. And as far as I can tell, this one does not have voting. And I vaguely remember the Children of Camp Wawanakwa. Every scene, well, not every scene, like they showed the contestants sitting around a campfire as the votes were being revealed, kind of like the actual show. It was very low poly and simple, of course. It wasn't like a super advanced background, but like that's just a difference between what I see. Oh, okay, that's kind of violent. I saw a violent thumbnail. But basically, because this show doesn't seem to have any sort of campfire background, I don't think it's the same show. But it could be made by the same person, and maybe it's like, or if not the same person, it was in the same sort of fandom circle back in 2008. Are these votes? I don't know. Dwayne Johnson. I do not know. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say in this video. So have fun with that information. If anything new comes out, I don't know if I'll make another video. Like, maybe people are getting tired of this Total Fruit Island stuff. I mean, if we can find the actual episode itself, that will be like the hugest news in the OSC ever. That will, like, the whole world will stop spinning if that happens. So, like, that would be the holy grail, but we're not there yet, or maybe we'll never be there. So if that doesn't happen, I might not make another Total Fruit Island video. Who knows? Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.